up is Carol Katchadoorian from Tool Design Group. Carol has nearly 30 years' experience in local government, policy development, government relations, and multimodal transportation planning. Carol holds graduate degrees in East Asian Studies and Urban Planning and Management and is a member of the Association of Pedestrian and Bicyclist Professionals and the Washington Area Bicycle Association. Carol?
Thank you. It's really nice to be here and revisit this project, which we did, I want to say a year and a half ago. So I've included slides from the report as a way to, and I've got 20, so let's get going. The Purple Line Project, as you can see from the title, I tend to walk a lot. Can I do that? Okay. As you can see from the title, the title is Purple Line Access and Bicycle Hub Location Study. And as it turned out, we ended up doing a lot more than that. Let me show you. The Purple Line, as many of you know, is a cross-country county, is bracketed right here. Turns out that Prince George's County was a little bit behind the curve. Montgomery County had done a lot of work in terms of working on along the way access and perpendicular access to the trail, to the light rail lines, so we had to do a lot of work to catch up. Our approach was really three things. We started with a way for people to get to the rail system, and we used an approach which someone on our staff has developed called a bicycle and pedestrian shed analysis. And that tells you how people will flow to get to each station. We were also asked to look at bike parking, and so that we did look at bike parking. We had to estimate look at ridership estimates. We had to estimate how many people would arrive by bike and would park their bike and where those bikes could be located. And in the course of doing this study, one of the most surprising things of all is we developed the concept of a pink line, which is a multi-use trail that runs relatively parallel to the Purple Line. So let me tell you a little bit about this. We had a lot of fun with this study. We had huge aerials, and as you can see, taped them all over our conference room. When we had agency stakeholder meetings, we used them a lot. We touched them. We had trace over them. We wrote on them. We changed things. This is Dan Janicek, who was our client in the project. This is Bob Patton, who is one of our really good planners that worked on the project. So the bicycle and pedestrian shed analysis is a way to determine how people walking or biking will get to stations and which is the most logical station to get to. You really spend a lot of time looking at existing infrastructure, looking at topography, looking at barriers. And you can see from this map that the Purple Line developed, those different colored areas around the Purple Line are neighborhoods. So this is the transportation land use connection. How do you get the people from those neighborhoods to the Purple Line stations, and which ones are the best for them to go to? We ended up creating, this is the bike shed, access shed map. These lines are the barriers that we had to overcome, these sort of zebra lines, and we used the green, yellow, and red colors to show, as you might guess, green sheds are the ones that are really ready to go. Yellow sheds are the ones that have some not quite ready, not quite safety, a lot of good safety and comfort for people biking to the station, and the red ones are the ones that really need some work. So this was the western, and I don't like guns. This is the western portion of the study area. This is the eastern portion of the study area, and you can see the stations, and we ended up putting the bike hub stations on there as well. Give you a sense of what it looked like. This is the pedestrian access shed. You'll notice that the pedestrian access sheds are smaller than the bike access sheds. We assumed a quarter or half-mile access line for pedestrians and about 2 miles for bikes. And some of the work that we did on the existing conditions, going out and looking, this is an example of a goat trail. It was along in this area near Eland Drive. So people are clearly walking. This is not a particularly greatly much improved trail. So these are the kinds of things that we saw when we did this work. The bicycle parking analysis piece of it. So now we worked on how people are going to get to the stations. We took a look at the bicycle parking demand. And we started with, these are the stations that we looked at. We started at the high ridership numbers that the Purple Line developed. We did some calculations on the percentage of people that might access by bike. As you can see here, we have from 1 to 25%. Pardon? 2 minutes? Okay. And then we figured out how many people that were biking might park at the station. This is a lot of calculations that we did. The interesting thing is, in the end, we tried to figure out how many, well, let me move forward. In the end, we looked at the populations in our access sheds, which I'm going to skip forward to, which I can't find. Whoops. We looked at the populations in our access sheds, and we came up with a number of people that could get to the Purple Line if the improvements were made. This is a list of projects that we came up with by access shed that would result in either improving the yellow access sheds or opening up those red access sheds. And so we feel like we gave a really good product to our client in terms of improvements that can be made. And we didn't get to talk much about the pink line, but maybe we can talk about it in the Q&A, Thank you very much.